Hey Brendan, it's Colin. Yeah, I think you're going to be finding that you're in a bit of a double-edged sword on this one. The reason being is you want it to play HD automatically, and you've set a width and a height to it right here. Um, that is the HD width for 1080p. Okay, but the first thing I'm going to suggest, I just doing some Google searching because I had no idea myself, is you may find a better result if you got rid of the. See, you have the question mark, leave that, right? Where you have VQ, leave that, but get rid of the rel equals and the right up to and including the semicolon right there, and then the rel. When I tested it out on a page, initially your code didn't work or play as HD. But let me just test this again here. I just want to preview this again and see what I come up with. I've been playing around with this. Actually, it is coming up now, but that's because that was the last setting that I had for it was, right? I actually physically set mine to 1080p in a previous. So let's see what happens if I set this to 480p and close the page down like so, and preview it again. Let's just see what happens. Actually, I'll preview it in Chrome. Yeah, and it actually does do what it's supposed to do. Okay, let's just see what the settings are. Let's see. No, automatically going to 360 for auto. So nope, not working there. Actually, I lied. I let it play for a few seconds, and then it automatically flipped over to 1080p for me. So it may start off on a lower. But the thing is, I don't have, and this is what I was thinking about, is you've got a video wrapper here, which is great because that makes it responsive. I know exactly the style that we're using there or that is being used, and you want to do that because you need it to be resizable on smaller devices, on mobile devices. But that also could be a problem with YouTube because YouTube will determine the actual physical width, and it's not going to stream a 1080p video into a device that's only 360p wide. It doesn't make sense to do that because you're trying to force a whole bunch of bandwidth, a whole size of video. Think about it. We're talking about 1080 pixels. That's what P means in the web world, right? And your browser world. If you're on an iPhone 4 with a 360p wide resolution, YouTube isn't going to try and squeeze a high def video. It's not going to try and squeeze it down when it already displays a 360p version. So it may be the fact that the actual physical size of the video may actually determine what definition the video is going to be in. I think you've done everything you can. I'm not an by no means am I an expert, or have I ever had this question before, so I'm the wrong guy to ask, but just letting you know that I think you've already done what you can. The only other thing I was going to suggest, though, which you may be thinking about, is the fact is the picture that first comes up is grainy. Okay, and that's because that's the initial default. You can actually log in and change the default picture that loads, and I'm not sure if you've done that already. Google search on YouTube change thumbnail embedded video. So there's some YouTube embed video set different thumbnail. There's some instructions here that sort of show you how to do that. You may need to create your own custom thumbnail instead of letting the video do it because it does look kind of grainy on my end, and that's maybe what you're seeing, thinking it's not. I mean, I played the video and it went to high definition, so as far as I can see, it's doing its thing. But you may need to just change the thumbnail and create a larger thumb, right? And then scale it down or whatever. If you need some help with that, we can, whip up a wedding thumbnail or something for you.